the thing that I loved about your methodology was that I was able to take everything that I'd built in Replit. I didn't lose any of it,
Yeah,
and I was able to give it as reference material to the architect builder, and it just absorbs it,
yeah.
and it gives it structure, and it fills in the gaps. And so that's what I mean. It gives you a very clear path forward, and it's paved all the way. There's no potholes.
Well, yeah, I'm so happy to have you in this group, man. I
Likewise.
we've had such a mate. We've only had two conversations, and they've been amazing. I really enjoyed your company and you being in this group. But I just kind of wanted to get your insight, just real quickly, like how long you've been working at your project here, and then what the architect builder method has kind of done for you. Like what is it unleashed in your world?
Sure. Well, so this is something that's been rattling around in my head for years, and I'm a subject matter expert in my industry, and I've been looking for tools that have always been lackluster, and so I decided I was going to make it myself, and so informally, I've been trying to put something together for the last year while AI was developing, and then I spent the last 4 months or so in Replit, and that's been an uphill climb. I was able to make some progress, but a lot of the work was disjointed and it was terribly expensive. And so I would say I'm a fairly decent user of AI. I'm not an expert by any means, but then I stumbled across your video and with the architect builder method, and it's just given me a roadmap. It's given me milestones. It's given me full alignment. I had to start from scratch. I had to backtrack a little bit, but I was able to give it all the resources, and now I feel I can see the path forward and potentially the finish line. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
And I think that what's important, much like I started out a couple of years ago, building something in Replit. I had an idea. I kind of bought into I don't know, hype might be too harsh of a word, but I mean the hype of like, hey, just tell it what it is and it'll build this app. And but you've got something really complex. And like me, I was like, I wanted to build something big and complex. And certainly in your field, in the construction area and everything you're doing, I mean, you have a huge grand vision and we're excited to show the world when you get it created. But
Sure.
you spent a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of frustration building something, and you muscled through and you got something really good in Replit, but it was kind of a mess, right? And you spent a lot of money, but now you felt like you got some organization and some clarity about to get to the finish line. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, I think Replit has its place, maybe for smaller apps, but certainly anything of the level and complexity of what it is that I'm looking for, I think it's very difficult if you're not a coder, and I'm definitely not. And so, um, the thing that I loved about your methodology was that I was able to take everything that I'd built in Replit. I didn't lose any of it,
Yeah.
and I was able to give it as reference material to the architect builder, and it just absorbs it,
Yeah.
and it gives it structure, and it fills in the gaps. And so that's what I mean. It gives you a very clear path forward, and it's paved all the way. There's no potholes. And that's the part that's just absolutely astounding. It was the part, it was the missing link that made me doubt whether or not this was achievable. And now I actually feel very confident that it is.
Well, that's exciting for me to hear. And you're not the only one. You're exactly right. You're the fourth person that I've taken, you know, and when I say messy, it's not a criticism because you you had no problem, spilling some milk to make the omelet or breaking a few egg, whatever that saying is, right? You were not
Right,
afraid to get the countertop dirty to get it, and you were
for sure.
coloring outside the lines and let's see what happens. I'm willing to do this, and then bring it into this method because the same thing happened to me personally. And then I created this method, and it's able to clean up and find your gold nuggets within your kind of mess, right? And bring it into this structure. And now you've got a path forward. And that just makes me excited and happy to see so that you're experiencing what I've experienced personally with my own messy projects. And so I'm excited to see where this takes you.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
I'm so happy you're in this group and that you've used the project launcher and this architect builder method. So yeah. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Any last, what are you most excited about, I guess, with this with project?
Well, so I guess one thing I would say before I answer that question directly is that something like Replit's expensive, and it had the Fable 5 option on there. So I was paying for Fable 5 and Replit. And I know that in the last month alone, I spent like $2,000 US.
Oh my God.
And and so when I actually look at the pricing of joining your group and even just getting your little app, it's a drop in the bucket over time. And I'll make back that money potentially in 2 or 3 months easily.
Yeah.
So you've given me a way to save money, but also made my process so much better.
Yeah.
So that's the dollar savings, I think, is something that is maybe something that's not noticed, and it's worth mentioning.
Well, I appreciate that. I didn't think about that. It's true because once you get in this method, there's nothing wrong with just having you're going to need more than a $20 a month account with a large language model. I have the
Yeah,
pro accounts in both ChatGPT and in Claude, but
right.
spending $100 a month, $200 a month on a large language model is pennies compared to what you can create with these tools. Once you get ideas
Yeah,
out, you can build anything. I'm
yeah,
absolutely convinced you can build anything
yeah.
with this method and with these tools.
Well, and I'm going to put that to the test. So you're absolutely
Mhm.
right. Is that, here I am saving some money, which I didn't think that was going to happen. So that was a bonus for me. But then when it comes back to the app, um, I am really trying to achieve something extraordinary. I know that
Yeah,
it is
it's a
simply
big vision.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't exist in the industry.
No.
But basically what my vision was when I approached this was that I wanted to replace myself before somebody like AI replaces me.
Yep.
Right. So I know this is happening in all industries. And so I said, let me be the first one. And so I'm taking all the processes that I would do day to day, and I'm either automating them, turning them into a piece of software, integrating all of them, and then adding even more outside of that. And then my vision is not only for the segment of the industry that I'm in, but I want to start tackling other segments of the construction industry as well. So it's absolutely massive what it is that I'm trying to do. I understand that. And so I really am going to put this process to the test, and I'll let you know how it goes in the next few months.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm convinced. You've shared your vision with me. I'm bought in. I'm excited to see what you create. And there's no reason why you can't create this. You're well on your way. So, man, thanks for being part of this group, Riad. I
Thank you
really,
for the encouragement.
yeah.